what if I told you the Labour Party's biggest threat isn't the opposition, but itself? Welcome to BENNIFER News, where we serve up British politics with extra spice and zero sugarcoating. Today's story. The headlines might read benefit cuts, but beneath the surface, we're witnessing a political uprising so seismic, even the shadow of Westminster is trembling. Imagine 150 Labour MPs, yes, you heard that right, are reportedly sharpening their political pitchforks, ready to storm the gates. And this isn't your average grumbling from the cheap seats. This is open mutiny, the kind that could turn Keir Starmer's leadership from a coronation to a cautionary tale. So, before we dive deeper, if you love political drama hotter than fresh tabloid tea, smash that subscribe button and ring the bell, because trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Now, let's rewind. Just weeks ago, Starmer was riding high, fresh off a diplomatic world tour, flashing smiles beside presidents and prime ministers. Labour seemed united, the opposition scattered, but then, boom, the honeymoon ended, replaced by a rebellion. That's burning through the party faster than a scandal on social media. So what's fueling this insurrection? The answer, two policy hand grenades tossed into the heart of Labour's identity. First, severe cuts to personal independence payments, PIP, the lifeline for thousands of disabled Britons. Second, slashing, universal credit for those too sick to work. Can you imagine the backlash if a vegan cafe suddenly hosted a steakhouse night? That's the level of existential crisis Labour's facing. Betrayal on their own turf. But here's the twist. This isn't just about policy. It's about identity, trust, and the very soul of the party. MPs are so rattled, some refuse to post selfies with Starmer or Chancellor Rachel Reeves online, fearing a digital mob will descend. One even joked, tagging Starmer is like inviting trolls to a family dinner. But is this just social media jitters, or a sign that Starmer's become political kryptonite to his own side? At the latest Labour meeting, tension hung thick in the air. Even the usual softball questions for Starmer came with a sting. Given how disastrous things look, can you explain your vision? Imagine having to compliment a terrible haircut. Awkward, right? Multiply that by 150 MPs and you've got chaos. Let's dig deeper. Over 150 MPs, almost Labour's entire majority, are threatening open revolt. Is this really just about numbers, or is it a political earthquake that could shake the very walls of number 10? And how is the government responding? Not with diplomacy, but with arm twisting. Rumors are swirling that promotions are being dangled like carrots. Fall in line, or watch your career stall. Angela Rayner, Labour's deputy leader, is suddenly the rebels' hero, championing wealth taxes over welfare cuts. But why is she being sidelined like the cool aunt banned from the family WhatsApp? And what about Rachel Reeves, the chancellor accused of running the show with an iron calculator? Is Labour being run by accountants or politicians who remember what real people need? The intrigue doesn't stop there. Even Starmer's top advisor is under fire. MPs are openly questioning whether Mission Control has lost the plot. A last-minute U-turn on winter fuel allowances was supposed to patch things up, but MPs called it too little too late, like apologizing for burning down someone's house after you've already moved in. Some MPs whisper that Labour is stumbling into the very trap the Tories predicted. Is this just another media panic, or is Labour's entire reputation on the line? And what about those most affected? One MP warned that constituents told them they won't survive if these cuts go through. Is this hyperbole, or a chilling preview of real, tragic consequences? In Parliament, even as ministers scramble to look responsive, the word on the terraces is clear. Number 10 isn't listening. Is this a mere policy argument or a total breakdown in trust between Labour's leaders and their own team? Kim Johnson, one of Labour's straight shooters, cut through the noise. You can't claim compassion while letting thousands more kids slip into poverty. The much-hyped Child Poverty Task Force may offer band-aids, but will it stop the bleeding or just slow Labour's political hemorrhage? So here's the million-pound question. Will Starmer retreat and risk looking weak, or charge ahead and risk losing his party? Is this the moment Labour's unity shatters for good, or will cooler heads prevail? The stakes couldn't be higher, and with 150 rebels, even a single misstep could end the government as we know it. To see how this drama explodes, make sure you're subscribed and ready for every twist, because in British politics, the next headline could change everything.